guys, so I asked you to send me some questions on Instagram and I'll do my best to answer as many as I can. Basically anything about our trip coming up on the AT Sobo. So other than hiking, what training do you recommend leading up to a big hike? So in 2018 I did almost no training and my knees were killing me for like the first 2 states, honestly probably the whole time. But there's not much that you can really do to be like totally prepared unless you're gonna like backpack every day with a full pack, because that's really the only thing that gets you used to it. But this time around I've been trying to do some running, some yoga. I'm trying to do a lot more stretching because my hamstrings are super tight just naturally, which I know puts a lot of stress on my knees, which is my biggest problem out there. So more stretching, more cardio, more lower body strength training. I've been going to spin class a little bit, pretty much anything that just uses my legs and my lungs, and some like impact training for my knees because that's always my biggest issue. My IT band, my right knee. So anything that I think will help me not feel destroyed when I get to Maine this time. So it was a lot.
Fucking hate everybody.
What's your favorite section? Ugh. I can never pick a favorite section, but one of my favorite sections that I think gets overlooked a lot because of the whites is the Smokies. Do you remember how amazing the Smokies were? And at that point was when I really got my trail legs too, so like there wasn't as much pain. There was beautiful views, and I love that like green mossy forest feeling. I loved the Smokies so much, and I'm so excited. I hope when we go through this year that there's snow everywhere, because we didn't get much snow in 2018 when I went through, maybe like one day. So I really want it to be like a winter wonderland when we go through. So that's probably like my top 3 of my favorite sections. Do you have to leave food and water caches along the way? No, we get all of our water from springs, creeks, water sources along the trail, which on the AT there's tons of water sources. So you don't really have any long water carries. Food, we just stop in town every 4 or 5 days and resupply. Hi Sawyer. Hi buddy. And resupply on food, and then we just stop in the next town. Are you guys planning on using separate shelters or a shared space? So I don't know if this is weird or not, but we are bringing separate tents. We both have the Z-Packs duplex. I had got it because of Sawyer sleeping with me, so I needed a 2-person because before I had the Big Agnes Fly Creek 1-person. So we discussed getting a 3-person tent and decided against it. We just don't really want to spend the money, and we're going to try to make use of the shelters as much as possible, especially in bad weather. And honestly, Cobra and I love cowboy camping. If I don't have to set my tent up, like if the sky is clear at night, I will not set my tent up. I will sleep right on the ground. And also when we do use our tents, I just love having my own tent. I love having my own space at the end of the day. So I don't know, I just love having my own tent. So yeah, we're definitely bringing both shelters. But in bad weather, we plan on trying to get to an AT shelter because you can get to one pretty much every day, so that won't be a problem. Curious about your pack weight. I really have no idea. I think I'm a lot lighter this time starting out because first of all, it's going to be warmer, so much warmer than Georgia in March. So I haven't weighed anything. I might, but it's gonna change up so much because as soon as my family comes to visit us, I'm gonna have them bring a lot of our cold weather gear just in case. I'm not sure like when we're gonna need it. I don't know when winter is gonna come. So it's gonna change up so much I probably won't bother even weighing it or trying to figure out my base weight or anything. But I will do a gear video, or try to, about what I'm taking to start with, and then some of my gear that I'll be switching out when the cold weather hits. A lot of it I haven't even bought yet because I'm not sure if I'll even need it or not, so that's what Amazon Prime's for. So besides the dog and going Sobo, any major changes you plan on making? I can't really think of anything because there's nothing I really would have changed the first time. Just going with the flow, man. I mean, we're not on a time crunch. We want cold weather this time. We want snow. We want winter weather. We want it to be different in that sense, but it's the same feeling, just getting out there and just like being on trail. And that's my favorite feeling in the world. So where is the best campsite along the trail in your opinion? Number one, I have to say, Cobra and I stayed at this, it wasn't even a campsite, it was just a view. It was called Airport Lookout in Vermont. And we found this little stealth site across from it back in the woods. You couldn't even see us from the trail. But that view was so good, and there was a beautiful sunset there and this huge flat rock you could camp on. And we set up camp there, and then we cooked dinner. And while we were cooking dinner and the sun was setting, these little weasels came out and were running around, and it was just like the perfect night. And that was my favorite campsite, so we're definitely staying there again this time. Second favorite is this spot right before you get into Parisburg going north. Right on that ridge you can see forever, and if you have a clear night, the stars are amazing, and I can't wait to stay in that spot also. So when would you normally start a Sobo? Most people start a Sobo when Baxter opens, which is the state park at the northern terminus. And on years there's not coronavirus, they usually would open like end of May, early June. This year they're not opening until July 1st because of everything going on, which didn't matter to us anyway because we're starting 2 or 3 weeks after that. So because we're trying to get some cold weather by the time we pick up Sawyer. So favorite meal on trail? I love, when I'm feeling fancy, those Mountain House meals, and it's 3-cheese lasagna, my favorite one. That's if I'm feeling fancy. If I'm going to the grocery store, then it used to be mac and cheese. So like Easy Mac, put your powder in, and then bacon bits and French fried onions. And that's literally amazing. But now I think my favorite meal, since we've been doing some like weekend trips, in the international aisle at the grocery store, they have these little bowls of like pad thai that you're supposed to microwave. Like the noodles are already cooked, so it's super easy. Like you don't even technically have to boil your water, just heat it up. Or you can eat it cold. And it comes with like the sauce packets and peanuts and little dried veggies, and it's freaking amazing. And you could also make your own pad thai. Like if you have some like dehydrated veggies and get like a soy ramen, some peanut butter. Oh, I'm obsessed with pad thai right now, and I don't want to eat it too much because I don't want to get sick of it and not want it out there. So since you and Cobra are hiking together, what happens if one of you gets hurt? So we talked about that because it's different starting a trail with someone than with starting just with your own self to worry about. And we talked about if I would get hurt, I would absolutely never ask Cobra to get off trail. I don't think that's fair at all, and I know he would never ask that of me. If the other one wanted to, we discussed like if they got hurt and they still wanted to take time off of work and still wanted to be out there, they could go home and get the car, drive along beside so we can still see each other every once in a while at road crossings and maybe camp together. Hopefully that none of that happens and we don't have to find out. But if Cobra got hurt, I would stay on trail, and if I got hurt, Cobra would stay on trail. I mean, each of us wants to be out there so bad. It would not be fair at all for the other to make the other get off, and I don't think that would ever happen. So best hygiene advice. I'm not the person to ask about that, I guess. I mean, pretty much my hygiene out there is baby wipes, and that's it. I do carry a little bottle of conditioner, which I obviously can't use on trail, but when we get to towns and hotels, most of those shitty hotels don't have conditioner. They'll just give you like a shampoo or a conditioning shampoo, which is honestly nothing for my hair. Like, I need to have conditioner to brush it or it's gonna be a disaster. So I do carry one of those. Other than that, I mean, if you wipe down with a baby wipe every night, you're a little cleaner. Most nights I'm too tired to even do that, so I don't give a shit. But other than that, I don't really have any hygiene advice. Brush your teeth every night, unless it's really freaking cold out, and then you don't because you don't feel like it, and you do it the next day in the sunshine. But thank you guys so much for all your questions. If you have any other ones, comment them or message me on Instagram and I'll try to answer them. So yeah, I'll try to make a gear video before I leave because I love gear and I know a lot of other thru hikers love gear. But other than that, you can follow me on Instagram at Mountain Kidder, and we leave really soon. And I'm starting to panic even though I literally have nothing to do or panic about. I feel like I have like a huge to-do list, but I don't. And so yeah, we leave in like 3 weeks or a month. 3 weeks? Oh my god. So yeah, thanks for watching.